Good evening, everybody. This is Nawaz Modi Singhania from the Body Art Fitness Centers, going live with you again. And this evening, I'm particularly excited with our guest. By the way, I'm seeing loads of you coming in and want to say hello to all of you. Fabulous seeing you. Thank you for joining us. So, our guest today is Pratiksha Sharma Ranjan of Kanda Specialities Private Limited, basically Muscle-Or. And the great excitement about her is it's all about protein, right? So we in the fitness industry, you enthusiasts all out there, we've been working out, we've been staying fit, we've been taking good care of ourselves, we prioritize our own needs and requirements, but there is so much confusion about protein nevertheless. In today's day and age, protein takes a particular role, a very important role during these COVID days, because protein is the basic it's the building block of life, really. There isn't anything more important. Cell repair, muscle repair, maintenance, structure, all our growth, our development, our immunity, so many things, disease prevention, all happens through protein. So without much ado, I would like to invite Pratiksha of Muscle-Or in with us, and yes, just get started right away. By the way, before I get her in, let me just tell you a bit about her. Pratiksha is from Delhi, and Muscle-Or has come a long way in a very short time. Sorry, just getting her in. So, she's got fabulous product. Why am I having trouble getting you in, Pratiksha? Okay, let's try this again. Right, so she's got fabulous product. She's got bespoke product. She's got answers to all our questions, and there are ample. There you are. So we intend to put them all across to her, and you guys, please join in. Your questions, etc., mean a lot to us, and many heads put together always give us the best take-home value. So please go ahead and do that. Okay, so while she joins us, I wanted to tell you, we're all confused, right, about how much protein do we need if we are in different ages, stages of life, etc. If we're reasonably active, how does it work? If we're within the ages of 20 and 40, how does it work? If we lead a normal life, nothing very active, do we yet need the protein supplements or we don't? Can we get enough from food? Yes or no? It all makes a very big difference. So, still waiting for her to come in. I think she might be having some network trouble, perhaps. Okay, Pratiksha, you're finally in. Hi.
Hello.
You can hear me well, I hope.
Yeah, I can hear you well. How are you
Lovely.
guys?
Lovely. You must have heard what I had to say about you to start with.
Yeah.
So I'm just putting my volume up there. Okay, so I just wanted to ask you, do tell us to begin with. I mean, we do know about the importance of protein, especially in these COVID days and times when we need that added immunity, the added functionality, etc. But do tell us, how much protein do we need as normal, reasonably active individuals between the ages of 20 and 40 without any health problems? Do we still need supplements, or can we get it through our food?
So, Nawaz, that is a very first and relevant question which comes to all of our mind at the time of taking supplement, protein as a supplement. Yes, if we see normally, we calculate 1 gram of protein per kg of body weight is required for a normal person. Um, and it can be different according to the one's activity level, their body need, and their health condition. But actually, 1 gram per kg is required normally.
And okay, so that's a good answer. So then individually one has to figure out where they fit in. So many things would influence whether I need or I don't need the additional protein. Things like training status, am I training? How hard am I training? To what extent I'm goaling? Other things like gender, male, female, dietary components, water intake, the type of protein even, timing of protein. Could you tell us a little more about these factors? We have lots and lots of people joining us, and I just want to say hi to all of them. Yeah? Okay,
Hello,
go ahead.
yeah, so Nawaz, protein intake is a subjective thing. One need to take into the consideration of, first of all, gender, definitely, because male need more physical workout as compared to female, and activity level is the utmost criteria at the time of calculation of protein. So those who are into more physical activities, they are doing hard work, they are doing gym trainings, athletes, maybe they are preparing for some national activity or sports level competitions. So definitely they would be requiring more protein as per compared to other things. And one more thing is like what is the body requirement of individuals need. You know, there are different kind of protein. Everybody cannot take the same kind of protein, and there are different kind of proteins to start with. Maybe the beginner need something else. They must be go for blend first. And those who are going to start with gym trainings and all mild trainings, moderate trainings, they must be switch on to concentrate, protein concentrate, whey protein concentrate. And there is isolate, which is a very very pure and higher grade version of whey protein for those who are going for a hard and utmost level of training. Physical activity is so high and they have been quite into these kind of activities for long. So this is the criteria. Those persons who are not into the hard activities, not into the these kind of professional activities, they can also require protein. So they can opt according to the choices, their preferences. They can go vegan, there is a vegan protein. They can go for blends, they can go for soya. So there's a lot of things are there. So I will just try to explain you to begin with. See, we need, this is our body and it is not only made of protein. So there's a three components in our diet. One is protein, carbohydrate and fat. So according to the our ratio, requirement ratio, generally we see it's a 50, 30 and 20. 50% is carb, 30% is protein and 20% is the fat requirement for a normal person. But can be vary. Carbs can be cutted down, protein can be elevate according to the activity level. Now come to the point at the gender side. Yes, there is a consumption, calorie consumption. Um, for example, a female generally needs 2000 calories, right? As
Per
compared
day.
to men, yeah. So men needs 2500 calories. So
Hmm.
according to that, we need to balance, we need to bifurcate the portion of that diet. And then protein comes in the picture. Then how you calculate. And now come to the energy level. So what kind of energy level we need, we are using in our day-to-day activities according to our status, according to our activity level, or maybe profession, or maybe gender, or maybe the climate condition, or our health preferences. So I tell you guys how much energy or how much calorie protein gives you. 1 gram, 1 gram of protein, you need to understand, gives you 4K kilocalories. So that calories, 4 calories are not going to, absorb or not going to use completely, because there is a protein synthesis going on in the body. And in that process, our body consumes 1 calorie. So finally, you got as a result 3 calories in our body if you consume 1 gram of protein. Now, as compared to other component of the diet, if we see how much carbs give you in terms of energy, so 1 gram of carbs give you approx 3.75 to 4 kcal calories. So this is the one. You compare to fat, then fat plays a very, very smart role in that. It provides 9 calories, and they never consume anything in the process. Completely 100% got deposited in your body. So this is how. Yeah, so this is how. And alcohol, if somebody consumes alcohol, then it comes to 7 kcal. So this is how it works. So now we do the activity profiling, we do health profiling before understanding how much we need and what kind of protein we need. So I will take it to the further for more clarification. Uh, Nowadays, we see protein is much hyped in the community among people. See, so in today's scenario where COVID infection scene is there, people become, I say, more and more aware rather than make it more hyped. They become more aware towards their health. They are just understanding what is the body need, what is the importance of a healthy body with healthy mind, because this is somewhere interlinked and correlated with each other. So guys, I'll tell you what is whey protein. Is a derivative of milk, and in the process of making cheese, we got it filtered from the curd, and further we'll
So
process it.
that is only
Yeah,
whey.
yeah, that is only whey. And
Right.
then further we process it. Now all kind of classifications and all kind of different whey proteins come under this process. So every process is determined what kind of whey you are going to receive. So initially few steps are required in the process. Spray dry process is there, then we got it in a dry powder form. So we got whey protein concentrate. So as it is formed, if you see, we got almost 80% of protein out of it. And the best thing is that if somebody is requiring a complete component of or a benefit of whole milk, so this is the best thing, this is the best option for the consumer to use it. If you need, you are not worried about a particular losing weight and all. If you are if you are into the bulking up your program or body bulking program, gaining weight, then this is the best criteria for you. Is if you are already very lean and thin, then this is the best choice. Then come to further more process. If we process it further, few more steps are involved in that, then we will get it a very fine and pure and more concentrated form of whey protein, that is called isolate. This is a very, very good kind of and high quality of protein, and having a more concentrated form of protein, I must say 90%. So this is the one. And during this process, what happened while processing it towards the isolate, the lactose concentrant in that, and the fat and the carbohydrate which are there in the whole milk component in whey protein concentrate, they will be eliminated up to the negligible level. So those people who are lactose intolerance, it is a boon for them. Those who are counting on each and single calorie or each and single gram of consumption of fat and carbohydrate, very, very conscious about that, then this is the best suitable solution for them as a whey protein isolate. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the difference. This is the difference. One more kind of protein is there, which is blend. It's a kind of different kind of a protein, combination of protein. So I suggest is ideal one for the beginners. And see, timing is very, very important. So I need to understand, you need to understand that what is the right timing of taking protein. So again, it comes to the activities. First of all, if you are working out in gym, sweating it out, you are doing hard exercises, weightlifting, weight management things and all, endurance exercises, then it is always advisable you should consume within half an hour after your workout. So post workout, within half an hour, if you consume protein, whey protein, then it will get fast absorbed in your body and heal up at the same time your muscle ruptures during the workout. So
Hmm.
this is the, and our body phenomena is like that, Nawaz. Most of them people are, I don't know they know about this fact or not, but when we sleep at night, our body gets into a repair mode. So
Hmm.
in the daytime, whatever we do lots of activities knowingly, unknowingly. We are getting ruptured different kind of muscles, cells, and all. So when we sleep at night, our body goes into a repairing mode. And in that repairing mode, the best kind of protein is micellar casein. Micellar
Sorry,
casein is
best kind of protein is?
micellar casein.
Right.
It's a casein. Casein.
Casein, yes.
Micellar casein, yeah. So micellar casein has a quality, it has a sustained release quality. When you take it at the bed time before going to bed, say half an hour before for retiring to bed, you take it, and the whole night it will release gradually their benefits. The entire night while you were sleeping, they were just doing their job, repairing your cells, gradually releasing their benefits. They were maintaining all those things. So they do maintenance job in your body while you were sleeping. So this
Hmm.
is the one thing. And
Yeah.
yes, I would like to mention one more point, because as a women we have all kind of age. They are young girls who is very conscious about their body, and they are middle-aged women. They are above 40 and all. So women who are going through menopause or who are going through middle age period, so there's always a lot of hormonal disbalance. Their body is fighting. Lot many changes are going in their body. So soya protein is the one which is an absolute healthy nutrition, absolute healthy supplement for them in the form of protein. It provides a female hormones in your body. It helps a lot to balancing all those female hormones deficiencies in the body. But at the same time, the male who are doing gymming and all, they should keep refrain from this kind of protein. So this
Hmm.
is how it goes. Yeah,
Thank you.
any
You've been very, very clear, and you've taken a lot of my questions off the list as a result as well. Thank you for that clarity. Guys, this video is going to be up on IGTV as well, and even on our YouTube handle and Facebook, so you can always go back and refer to it. Because, yes, a lot of what Pratiksha has said is going to be stuff we will want to go back to and hear over again and make some notes on. Thank you, Pratiksha. By the way, we have had so many people join us. I want to say hello to them. Sometimes if I miss people, I apologize, but I'm doing my best. I want to say hi to Reza, Sean, Mustafa, Akil, Angel. I saw Salim. Hey, Ayan. Akita, Sohail, so many of you, so many of you. Tara, Ajay, Ashish, Shabana, and Nisa. Hello. I saw Tanisa. What a lovely name that is, by the way. Karthik, Akash, Andy, Aryan, Shabana again. Hi, Nisa. Sandeep, Samir, Prasad, Abdullah. Hi. Alok. I've got a ton of names out here. Abbas, Anil, Annie, Vikram, Satya, Ritvik, Chirag, Rajat, Deepak, Dhaval, Amit, Abbas. Hi. So happy to have you all in. Anand, Madhu, Vilas, Adesh, Pratik, Shweta, Kavita. Hi. Rahul, Nabil, Sahil, Path, and my apologies if I've missed others, which I know I have, but let's go forward with this one. So Pratiksha, I wanted to ask you, the other main concern is, okay, listening to everything you have to say, but within us, we do have a certain trepidation. We are a bit worried. How much protein is correct? What about the side effects of too much protein? What about issues of, urinary calcium loss, which can become an osteoporosis risk factor to whatever extent, but it still can. What about the burden on the kidneys, on the liver? What about excess protein turning into fat in the body? What about dehydration? So there are concerns. Would you address those?
So yeah, absolutely, Nawaz. Excess of everything always comes with the baggage of side effects. So we all knows that. So no matter how much benefit we are getting out of it, but yes, definitely side effects are also there. But being an educated person, we all knows that starting these kind of programs, taking protein, it should not like that is a OTC product, over the counter kind of product. You went there and then they just buy some of the jar for you which looks like something. So I strongly recommend that it should be under some professional guidance whenever you start your protein intake, whether you're a physician or your trainer or your dietitian or anyone professional and technically qualified who understand all these things. So
I believe you also give that kind of guidance, right?
yeah.
You and your team also give that kind of guidance, right? Yeah.
So we do believe in this thing, and we never suggest people directly purchase without having knowledge properly. So what we do first body profiling. We do their health profiling first. We need to know any kind of medical history they have, any type of medication is going on, so that contradiction of any medication should be avoided. At the same time, health issues are there, what kind of activities they are involved in that, their energy level, their activity level, their routine, and of course what is their body goal which they are targeting for, they are looking for actually. So why do you want to take protein as a supplement? What is your body goal, what you are looking at? So that is very, very important. So we do all those things. As a side effect, if you started taking protein intake in excessive amount, which is more than your body requirement, definitely your kidney and your liver is going to be burdened excessively. They need to work so hard, and we all know that kidneys are body filter. So they got clogged, maybe oxalate started building up, calcium stones, and nephrons got so stressed at a point of time, they got ruptured, so they can be ruptured if you don't stop consuming, without getting it synthesized, without getting it properly consumed and absorbed in your body. So taking protein is not enough. So at the time of taking protein, you should know how much your activity is level to exhaust that protein, to get it absorbed in your body, whether your protein is breaking down after taking it, and what is the process level. Your metabolism level should be that much of, to compete with that quantity. If your metabolism level is so low, simply having a protein shake, hitting a simple gym, doing 15-20 minutes cardio, and then you take a protein shake twice or thrice in a day, definitely that will land up you in some kind of serious health trouble. So this is, you need to know, diarrhea is one of the thing. You get into the dehydration finally, because if your guts are not healthy, so if your guts are not healthy, there is a sensitivity or there's a lactose intolerance. If you end up with a wrong kind of protein, definitely there will be a lot of issues that will be showing up gradually in your health. So this is one. And bloating, of course, those who has started without taking instruction, without under the guidance of professionals, bloating is one of the very major side effect or as a symptom we see in the people. Bloating, gas, disturbed GI tract. So these kind of things are there.
Too much of a good thing, and we need to take the advice. And Pratiksha here herself does that profiling. She and her team do that profiling. Guys, I hope you made a note of that. Many more hellos to Kaushik, Ibrahim, Mahendra, Anuj, Moin, Salman, Prakash, Vikas, Feroz, Yogi, Vishal, Manish, thank you all for joining, and others I've missed. I'm sorry, I'm trying hard to keep pace, but there's lots of you, and I'm so happy to see all of that. So my apologies if I've missed any of your names out. Okay, lots of very valuable information out there. Pratiksha, thank you. Can you shed a bit of light now on amino acids, their role, what are exactly complete proteins, incomplete proteins, where do we get them through natural foods? I'm sorry, I know I'm bombarding you with a lot of questions together, but they are also interconnected, so therefore.
So before we start, Nawaz, there is a huge fan base from Masalur side of yours. They are also joining. They are also waiting to say hi to Nawaz, and they are very
Hello
excited.
to all. Lovely. So happy to see them all. Yeah.
And okay, so before jumping to amino acids, we should finish up with the protein first. What was your question about the protein? Complete protein, you asked.
So, what are complete and incomplete proteins? Their natural sources, and then yes, amino acids.
So, protein is a building block of our body, Nawaz, and our body need 20 types of different 20 types of protein. Out of that 20, 11 types of protein is they are already there in the body. Our body is capable to produce those 11 types of protein, and rest 9 types of other proteins we called essential amino acids. That is also a component of protein. Amino acids are the component of protein, and 9 essential amino acids our body can't produce naturally in our body, so definitely we are depending upon taking it from the outside as a supplement. And the supplement can be dairy source, chicken, meat, egg. So these are the things from where we can get those 9 essential amino acids. So now any protein diet, which combines, which provides you all 20 types of amino acid is called a complete protein. And in our diet, definitely we are not able to get complete protein. That is the reason we are depending upon taking supplements. We are depending upon taking amino acids or a kind of infused or fortified with amino acid kind of supplements. So this is how. Now coming to the point, amino acids. What are amino acids? We need to understand. Amino acids are also a component of protein. So as I told you, 9 essential amino acids, they are very essential for our body function, different kind of function. We need those essential amino acids. So there is a group of 3 essential amino acids we called leucine, isoleucine, and valine. So group of 3 these essential amino acids we call BCAA, branch chain amino acid. So they are into a proper ratio. Some people take in a very high ratio. They prefer according to their high activity level. But for the normal people, it is always advisable 2:1:1 ratio is a sufficient and standard ratio. This
2:1:1. Right.
Yeah. So this is a very standard and sufficient ratio for the normal consumer. I'm not talking about the heavy bodybuilding person or maybe doing heavy exercise kind of thing. So there's a different kind of ratio according to their body need they can take. Now, these are the things which provide not only our building blocks, but at the same time, this is very this is very much helpful towards providing hydration in between the exercise. So when we do exercise in between, this is, we always suggest that BCAA is a intra-workout supplement. But I must say, you can take it as a pre-workout, you can take it intra-workout, you can take it as a post-workout also. So the major thing which we receive from it in between interim hydration between the exercise. So duration of the exercise should be like that. Whenever your body feel exhausted, you can take a break for say 1 minute or 2 minutes and then sip it from your shakers and all the sippers. So BCAA provides you hydration. One thing. Second thing, it helps you to build up, it helps you to heal up your ruptured muscle in between. See, we all observe that whenever do heavy physical exercise, after some period of time, we feel body ache in our muscles and all. So what happened? During that process, our muscles get ruptured, and our muscles are like in a H shape, alphabetically H shape. They are the bonds in H shape bonds, and between this line of H, they just uh, break down while doing exercise. So at the time of that, if you take BCAA, branched-chain amino acid, this process is going to be delayed, mild, and it helps to heal faster. So you won't feel much pain during your body exercise or heavy exercise. They won't allow you to build or just to secrete more lactic acid during the muscle exercise. So this is the one advantage of having BCAA in your supplements. Second thing is, it helps us to reduce the fat. So those who are into more inclined towards a weight loss program, doing the exercise for weight loss, keeping this thing as a body goal in your mind. So it is very, very helpful. It helps to break down the fat which is deposited in your body. It helps to break down that fat. This is the one thing. It provides you energy as well as in between the workout sessions. So branched-chain amino acids has a very, very um, good and important thing as a part of any apna body goal program. So this is how.
Thank you for that clarity. So when we usually talk about whey derivatives, so from milk, but which are the other sources of possible protein derivatives that could be an option for supplements?
So everybody cannot afford, supplements, expensive supplements. Everyone cannot go to the market and have it. But definitely we have to find out the solution, because this is an important part of our meal and diet. So there are a lot many things. Those who are vegetarian, they can get it from the dairy product. Milk is there, cheese is there, and soya is there. You can take a lot of beans, include a lot of beans in your food. If you combine beans and rice in your food, that will make a complete kind of protein profiling for you. And if you go for soya as a substitute, that is also okay with you. And those who can they can eat non-vegetarian also. Then there is other option: chicken is there, meat is there. So
No, so from
apart from that,
aside from the food sources, are all protein supplements made out of whey? No, they're made out of other sources also, right? So that's what I'm asking. What are the other general sources beside milk that protein supplements are often made out of?
so you can get it from nuts. Peanut is another good source of protein. Another nuts are there, which are very, very concentrated and potential into amino acids, having those 9 essential amino acids. And fish is there. Another things you can combine with. So protein, so certain vegetables are there, certain amount of protein you can get it from that. So, but again, I would like to say, uh, individually having these kind of portion in your diet would be very, very difficult to complete your daily need of protein. So ultimately you have to combine with either different kind of sources locally, or you can take it with the supplement.
Okay, no, I think my question is getting a little lost. I'll try and paraphrase it again.
Right.
So are all supplements made only out of milk?
No, 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 no.
No, that's my question. That beside whey, besides the milk derivative, what are the other protein supplements often made out of?
So basically, if you talk about protein supplement, if you talk about protein supplements, definitely majority of the source of is whey, and there are soya also. There are pea proteins also, plant protein.
Because there
There is
are people who are milk intolerant and may not want
Hmm.
to take the whey for other reasons, right?
Right,
Yeah,
right. So
right. So they do have other options of this
yeah, so
sort, soya
people
and
having
pea,
yeah,
etc. Yeah.
people having different kind of preferences. They are completely vegan, then definitely they won't go for the milk derivatives. They will prefer plant protein. Pea proteins are there, soya proteins are there. So these are the very good options.
Lovely. I'd also like everyone to know that Masalor is so you know, when it comes to its certifications and its quality control, etc., it is ISO certified, FSSAI certified, non-GMO. What else have I missed? WHO GMP certified, quality premium certified, and there are more. So we are well taken care of in that sense as well. Now, question for you is that how does one get to choose the right product? I guess that would always come within your profiling of each person, right? That would be an individual thing, right?
Yeah, absolutely, Nawaz. So at the time of choosing right product, a consumer can get confused because market is flooded with lot many varieties, lot many brands, lot many products. And I must say, because this is not only the matter of your hard-earned money, this is a matter of your life, your body. So you have to be very, very careful while choosing right kind of nutrition, right kind of supplement for your body. I will tell you two, three pointers on which you can always check upon. First is, what is the source of that product? Whether you are sourcing it from a retailer or local supplier or online, whatever, you have to be very careful. Always buy your product from the company authorized distributor or company authorized retailer having a good reputation. Uh, Second thing is, when you buy the product, do a proper research about that product before buying. So what are the components of that product, whether you require it or not, and what is the reputation of that product, what promises, this product is giving you. And once you are going to buy that product, you should prefer to have directly from the company if it is the kind of channel is available. So just to avoid in between all those kind of different things. And you need to check the packaging should be tamper proof, and there should be a authentication sort of things just to complete the authentic check and quality of that product, so that you can tell always about that my product is whatever I have just bought it is a complete quality product. There is no hanky panky thing, there is no tampering in this. And all kind of certification as per the government body FSSAI suggest you. So this company whether having all kind of certification is there or not. So lot many things are there. You should go and check the reviews. You should talk to your trainer. You should talk to your physician always, or those who just suggest you to take this. All into the discussion. After that, you should, once you are confirmed that this is the product, you should buy. And if at all, after taking that product, if you feel something different is happening to your body, definitely you should report to the concerned person. That is also important. It's always happened. Yeah, it always happened that it may be suitable for you. It may be, it's not getting quite well with your body. Your body is not accepting any particular component of that. So you might not be able to find out until unless you will get it.
Yes, many things to consider, guys. It may be easier just to get profiled by Masalor and Pratiksha. Okay, many other hellos to Annie, to Amy, to Anya, to Anuj, to Suraj, Anuja, Deepa, Usman, Sindhu, Ashok, Ibrahim, Ramesh, Reza, Sham. Okay, so thank you for that. Now, I know you have some lovely products. You have a mass gainer, which the name explains itself. You have a BCA instantized, which you had also explained when you spoke earlier. So no questions there. Then you have a meal replacement shake, which says it for itself. It replaces a meal. Great. But I do know that you have some fabulous other tailor-made products, bespoke products, which you don't put out on your website or don't put out freely on your social media handles because they are maybe more refined, and maybe you need to specifically deal with a person, talk to a person before you recommend them, but they're very interesting products. Could you tell us a little bit about them?
So yeah, Nawaz, I already.
No, Pratiksha, we're losing you there. We're losing you. We can't hear you. Hang on. Okay.
Is it
Yeah. So,
audible?
just if you can go back on that sentence again.
Am I audible?
At the moment, yes.
Okay. So Nawaz, these are the products which is from the different program, and I would like to talk about these products. On the website, whatever people see, they are the product. It's self-explanatory. If people are expert, they are using that product for long, they can go, they can check it, and they can buy it. But there are certain people whose condition are a little bit complex, or maybe they are a little bit choosy. They have certain underlying condition, health conditions. So we have a different kind of a program for them, and there is a complete different basket. We called it tailor-made supplements, tailor-made nutrition, or bespoke nutrition. So first, for that, if anybody wants to have these kind of product, they first need to contact our team. They can call me directly also. So we talk them, we have a session, one-on-one session with them, where we just first we need to understand what is their body activity, what is their body goal, what they are looking exactly. We can't recommend blindly just to go for any kind of product they want. Most of the time it happens is people come with their own preferences and their own recommendation. We want this. So we always ask, why you want this? Why you want to have this? How you decide that you should take these kind of thing, and what you are looking for exactly? What is your expectation from this product? So we do a intense session with them. This is a very personalized kind of session where a person feels so connected and attached and involved at the same time. And we understand completely everything about their health, their mental issues, their physical issues, their social activity level, and their body goal. Then only we suggest them, this is the product which we want to suggest you to take. And then we make a complete program for them, including n number of products in a step by step way. So first, for example, first 2 weeks maybe we suggest them for the body detox. Right, we cannot suggest them if they have different underlying problems in their health. Definitely we suggest them first body detox program, 2 weeks for those products. After 2 weeks, person started feeling more energetic, more healthy and active. Then we suggest them supplements, maybe protein along with the antioxidants. And then if they want to go up to further more exercise level, then we suggest them the branch chain amino acids, that also with the specialized and bespoke manner, what kind of ratio their body requires. And if the person is diabetic, definitely we would like to give them a kind of product which doesn't burden on their insulin level, or which should not disturb their insulin level, to balance those hormones. So these are the kind of things. Similarly, mass gainer is also kind of product. People thought that they okay, for bulking up our body, I should take mass gainer, weight gainer, whatever is there in the market. It's not like that. This is a very, very wrong way to choose anything for your body. So companies are selling, distributors, dealers are selling blindly without, but these youngsters, I feel sometimes very pity. My heart goes out when I see the situation in the hospitals when they reach with a lot of health situations. So I feel that he is not the culprit. Culprit is someone else. So they should, they should have the onus of this thing to guide them properly. So mass gainer is like a product, whether the person requires in a 5:1 ratio, maybe 4:1 ratio, how much protein, how much carb should be there, what kind of carb is going in that, is the complex carb, clean carb, or what kind of carb is there. And many of the company I'm seeing these days now in terms of carbs, they are simply putting up infusing sugar in their jars, in their bottles, and they are making profit out of it. So we are losing our generation's health and their confidence and their trust in these supplements at the same time. So this is my fight against these kind of unethical market. One more thing I have absorbed these days, that there's a different kind of craze, mania in the younger generation for imported product. So they go to the market, if dealer says this is the imported one, they buy, they simply buy. They are ready to shell out as many as of bucks, in the name of imported products. Whether the product is fake, they might not knowing product is fake or genuine, but if the dealer says that this is a imported product, they are happy. They thought that it can do wonder to their body. Yes, I must say it can do wonder to their body, but in another way, it will be a havoc. They can do havoc to your body, I must say. So my
So,
fight is
guys,
against.
yeah,
So
so
my
there
fight
are
is
many
against such
things to
products. Yeah.
consider. There are many things to consider. There are many things to be careful and wary about. And the most important thing is take the right guidance from the right person. Agents, dealers, etc., often don't know their product and maybe pushing products which give them the maximum value out of it at the end of the day. It's all about the greenback, right? So, yes, be careful and don't fall prey to that is the most important thing. Right. Thank you for that, Pratiksha. So, I do know that you also have some very interesting new product going to be coming in, which you all are working on. I just want to put it to the ear of our watchers, of our viewers today. So, guys, do you know that she has some fabulous stuff like joint support coming in for those of us with joint issues going forward? T boosters, I'm assuming that would be in terms of your basal metabolic rate being boosted, right? Yes,
Right.
body detox, which she has touched upon. And so we are going to look forward to those as well, Pratiksha. Please tell me, I have concerns about objectionable ingredients. You already touched upon sugars, but other ingredients are also objectionable. So I don't want to get the bad in with the good. My choices are not going to be, bad and better. It's going to be great and the best. Okay. So for those sort of discerning customers who want to know, please tell us. I mean, there could be ingredients such as honey. And while honey has many health benefits, it also has double the amount of calories that sugar does in an equal quantum. What about certain oils which may be objectionable? I mean, if they're the good oils, the omegas, etc., that's different. But that's not always the case at all. What about certain starches which we may want to avoid? What about certain chemicals and preservatives? I mean, you do have a shelf life. So what about these sort of things? Please shed some light.
So yeah, Nawaz, you said rightly that there are certain products in the market having components, though they claim for the benefit of our health, but ultimately we end up with some different side effects or different harms to our body. So one example I would like to take, honey. You said honey, sugar. Our products are completely sugar free. We are very careful at the time of designing and formulation of those products. So I'll give you one example so that you can understand more precisely. In our meal replacement shake, though our entire products range are sugar free, in our meal replacement shake, we have used FOS, fructooligosaccharides, for the sweetening. This is a kind of thing which gives you a sweetening taste, but at the same time, the calorie count is one third of the sugar. One third of the sugar. And now, if you see another benefits of it, the people who are really looking for the weight reduction program, weight loss program, it is a kind of prebiotic. It has a health benefit. It provides you a good amount of fiber along with the taste. And one more thing, it produces at the same time a hormone which is called ghrelin. These are the hormones which are responsible for sense of hunger in our body. So it is a kind of suppressant, appetite suppressant. So I am using FOS instead of sugar, which gives me sweetness in the product, taste, which gives me cellulose, which gives me fiber, which gives me prebiotic, and at the same time, which is helping me out in suppressing my appetite by releasing a certain kind of hormone in my body. And it relieves the constipation of the body also. So we are very careful at the time of formulation of our product, so that we should incorporate that kind of components in the product that will give you a maximum benefit rather than the harmful effect. Another point, coming to the point, people are using oil. So there is no as such oil in our product, but yes, people are using trans fats in their different kind of product. Maybe some fats, they are responsible to taste. Why people use fat in their product, why people use oil in their product? It enhances the taste of the product. That fat portion and that oil portion enhance the taste of the product. So that is not required. There are so many ways to make it in a more interesting and tasty way, definitely. And you ask about the preservatives and colors and harmful chemicals in the product used. Definitely, it is a very important point. No harmful chemicals, no synthetic colors has been used in my products. If you see all the whey proteins, Mars Gainer, they are naturally colored product which comes from either from the cocoa, either from the coffee, original coffee, either from the malt. So they itself has a natural color having component which contributes towards the good color of shake. So we need not to put any artificial color in that. In our any of the product, we are not using any harmful chemical, any artificial color, any artificial flavors. Everything is so natural and good for our body. Now coming to the point, to the preservative you asked, that is a very good question. Why we need preservative? First of all, we need to understand this thing. So every product has a shelf life. There is a product life we call shelf life of the product. So how long that finished product can sustain their quality. This is the what we want to know. So it all depend upon the process. It all depend upon the quality of component. What majority of people do, they compromise on the process. And they put simply preservative in it to increase the shelf life or longevity of the product. But ultimately, these are chemicals. Ultimately, is going to give certain effects in your body. We don't want to use it. There is no such preservative in my product. We use natural preservatives. Now I will tell you more in detail what are the natural preservatives. For our ancient period of time, long back, our forefathers have been using salt and sugar as a preservative in different kind of products. So similarly, we are following the same process. We use salt as a preservative, sodium chloride, NaCl, we use it in our daily body consumption, diet consumption. This is simple thing which is not going to impact any negativity in your body. This is one. We use different kind of guar gums. We use different kind of components which binds the product in a certain way to keep it shelf life for long. And this is how. And ultimately, the most important thing is the process. How you process your product. If you process in a closed environment, if you process your product in a closed environment, definitely there will be no contamination. If you keep separately all the components at the time of production and process, definitely there will be no cross contamination in the product. If you keep your humidity in control, if you keep temperature in control, a proper temperature, appropriate temperature in the process hall, definitely the product life is not going to hamper in between the process. They are not going to lose its shelf life. And immediate after that, if you package your complete product in a jar or maybe the final packaging, then you are closing it finally with all the goodness of the product at the same time. So this is how it goes, and we are very careful about the process. Our process is no hand touch operation is there in the plant. There is no requirement of touching by hand all the components or all the raw material. It goes everything automatically, is a automatic plant, and we work so cautiously at that time, making all the factors completely in check so that the process will be intact and there will be no contamination. Shelf life will be appropriate as long as it is required.
That's lovely to know, and that gives us a lot of confidence. And I may request to come and visit you and your plant
Sure, sure.
in non-COVID days sometime.
You're
Okay,
most
thank you,
welcome.
Pratiksha. Is there any such thing like you need certain vitamins or certain minerals to be able to absorb your product, your protein product? So, for example, like vitamin D maybe is required to be able to absorb calcium, as is magnesium and zinc. So, is there any such thing with protein?
Yeah, protein. See, protein are the building blocks of our body. We all knows these things. That means everywhere in our body there is a protein presence in the form of cell, in the form of different things, in the form of muscle tissues. So even our hair, our nails, you know, our skin, everywhere protein presence is there. So whatever we take as a supplement, all the vitamins, without vitamins and minerals, this is impossible to process and synthesize this protein in our body and get absorbed as per the requirement in a proper
So to
manner.
increase the bioavailability in the body,
Exactly.
which precise vitamins do we need?
So we have all the 26 vitamins and minerals in our product. Are all most of the products are fortified with all 26
Okay.
vitamin and minerals. By default, we give them in each and every product. But I would specifically like to mention this is not only for the protein. This is for each and every performance
True,
of our organ. Yeah, it is
true.
everywhere. Many, see, we know that vitamin D and calcium is required for our bones and teeth and strong body buildup and structure. How many of us are aware about that? This is equally important for have our mental health in a good condition. So depression is one of the major cause of lack of vitamin D and calcium. The person who is having deficiency, calcium deficiency, vitamin D deficiency, is definitely under the kind of depression, can be a patient of depression. So
Right.
this is a major issue, health concern. All the vitamin play a very vital role. If you take example of vitamin B is also equally essential. They work as a carrier. They strong our nervous system. Our
Right. So
nerve.
all are important, guys, but it's good to know that your product is anyway fortified with these, so it's taken care of.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Many more hellos. Mahesh, Sagar, Ruhi, Pratap, hi. Jyoti, Hasman, Ravi, Imran, Mukesh. Very happy to see many women also coming in. Hasina, Yasmin, Sagar, Jitu, Ram, Mickey, Tej, Neetu, Jessica, Ramesh, Salim, Vikram, Vivan. I'm sorry, this is taking up a bit of time, but I'm so happy to see all our viewers coming in. Raju, Deepak, hi. Tawfiq, Anil, Farid, Rakesh, Piyush, more of the women, Sita, Farah, Satya, hi, Jamal, Rupam, Hussein, Simar, Raj, hello everybody. Thank you for joining us. We've got a fabulous session going on with Pratiksha out here. A question, some questions are coming in, Pratiksha, for you. A
Sure.
question. Okay, so you know there's a lot of confusion between whey protein and steroid.
Hmm.
Could you clarify?
Yeah, okay. So this is a very common misplaced myth, I must say, among the people. see why it happened, why people started thinking that protein is a synonymous of steroid or they are correlated. See, this is all because of the fake product market people have created in the society. People want a best in fast result, I must say fast result, so they don't have patience. What companies, many of the companies are doing, they are just infusing steroids and that simply putting up in their product so that they can get some muscles very quickly, very fast, I must say in a month of performance. So person says, okay, this is what my instructor has suggested me and this is really effective, right? So this is how this market, majority of this market is working in the system. So this is another thing, let it be aside, but yes, protein and steroids are completely different. Protein doesn't mean the steroid, it work as a anabolic agent. As the steroids work, it helps to build up muscles, but definitely steroids are big different thing and proteins are different thing. So please don't get confused, it is not